Today we're doing a review of two Elite indoor grills. The one on the left has a runoff drip pan. The one on the right has a drip pan. I've let both of these heat up for 5 minutes on max at 450. And I'm going to put a slab of meat on each one to see the quality and taste of the meat, and to determine if there's any difference between having a runoff drip pan and an actual drip pan underneath the grates. So we'll let them cook and we'll come back in a few minutes. Right away it seems like the grill on the left, which does not have a drip pan underneath the grate but only a runoff, seems to have more smoke. Look at that. Very little smoke coming off of that one. But there's a lot of smoke coming off of this. It's not significant enough that it's going to steam up the house, but the one on the right's definitely better in terms of smoke. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, and let's see what the meat looks like. It seems like the one on the left is cooking a bit faster. Nice grill marks. Also nice grill marks. Let's look at the meat. It looks like it's cooked more thoroughly, whereas here it's a little bit less thorough. But it seems as though the one on the left is cooking faster because it's kind of cooking in its own juices, where the one on the right is not cooking in its own juices at all. We'll come back in a few minutes and see what they look like. It's been about another 5 minutes. I lowered the temperature on both an equal amount, and then I raised the temperature a bit. Now let's have a look. Again, it seems like the grill on the left, which does not have a drip pan directly underneath the grate, it's just a metal grate. The meat seems to be cooking a lot faster. It seems to be that way, but maybe not. And the meat on the right, yeah, definitely not as thoroughly cooked as the meat on the left. But that might be for the better, and it might add more flavor, given that the meat is not cooking in its own juices, sort of like boiling. So we'll see in another 5 minutes. Here we are again after another 5 minutes, approximately 5 minutes. See the bottom of this. Looks pretty good. You can tell when we cut it. And this piece is definitely not as well done as the other. Probably raise the temperature on both just a bit, speed things up. And report back in a few minutes. So it's been a few more minutes, and there's definitely some differences in the thoroughness of the cook. Meat on the left on the Elite without a drip pan, just a runoff drip pan, seems to be more thoroughly cooked, and the meat on the right is still a bit rare. I'm guessing that the meat on the right is going to be tastier, but we'll see in a moment when I take the meat off the grills and put them on a plate. Well, as it turns out, the meat on the left was the meat cooking on the round Elite indoor grill without the drip pan underneath it, just the runoff. And the one on the right is the meat that was cooking on the Elite indoor electric cooker with a drip pan underneath the grate. Actually looks as though the meat on the left is a little bit less done than the meat on the right. Or they're just about equal. I think they're both really good. But it's really your decision what to buy. My preference seems to be the Elite indoor grill with the drip pan underneath it. There's just a lot less smoke, and there seems to be a lot less noise, and probably the same amount of cleanup. But for indoor grilling, it seems as though this one is a bit better.